Welcome to the Important Questions Podcast, the only podcast that criticizes society yet curiously still participates in it. My name is Dave, and I'm here with the Acolytes of Knowledge, Scott Rico and Anthony Fantano. What's going on, boys?
A lot of mileage out of that joke on how I'm dressing and looking.
The mileage being 2 jokes, one off air and now one on air.
Should leave it both in.
3 jokes because
You said it twice.
one off air, one on air, and it sucked because the audio smelled like garbage. And a third time just now.
I mean,
like
is
it
it
every
is it
time.
really different mileage if it's the same joke twice, but I fucked it up the first time.
Yes. It's diminishing returns now.
Anyways, if y'all want to know what Smitty looks like, Google a picture of Anthony Fantano.
I just had to look it up. Smitty, you're cuter, man.
I've got more of a beard and I have more hair on my head. But if you look at the Norwood scale of male baldness, it's the one where it's like a very deep widow's peak. But I'm not missing all of my hair yet. Whereas he's bald. I think he's completely bald, isn't he?
He's all the way bald.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Whatever.
at the Norwood scale of baldness.
Yeah.
But it's great to
cool.
be here with the internet's busiest music nerd and the Acolytes of Knowledge. And this week, we have a warm-up question from Rico, which I don't think has ever been done before. Wait, did I introduce the show yet? This is
Maybe
the
it
only
won't
show
ever
that answers life's
be done
most
again.
important questions. Sorry, Rico. I have to introduce the show.
He was focused on
Okay.
the Anthony Fantano bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. 4 of us, 4 questions, also a mid-show segment and a warm-up question, so you get your money's worth here. And Rico, you have a warm-up question, which I don't think has been done in the history of the show before. Ooh, cool.
Wow.
Sweet. Woot. Woot. Is this the part where I ask it? What do you guys do when you find bugs in your house?
What kind of bug?
Yeah, it depends on the bug.
Let's start with spiders. 'Cause
Depends
that's
on where it's at.
Yeah, where is it and what kind of spider?
Literally anywhere in your house, and I don't know the difference between spiders except for daddy long legs. So, any spider.
If I find a daddy long legs in my house and it's like behind my toilet, I'll leave it for months. Just leave it be. Anywhere
pretty sure.
else, I'll kill it and flush it.
If it's like one of those spiders that hangs out in the corner of my walls, like wall ceiling, the triple corner, I'm gonna
Mhm.
leave that guy. Let's let him capture all the bugs and eat them up. But if there's like one of the big ones that's like crawling around on the floor of the table, I'm gonna squish that motherfucker.
Yeah.
If it's a big one and it's running across my floor, I'll try and catch him and let it outside. If it's a small one running across my floor, I'll fucking kill it. And if it's on the walls, they can live there.
What about those house centipedes?
Kill them all.
Fucking
Burn
kill
with
'em.
fire.
Fucking kill 'em.
Yeah, burn them.
They're supposedly like they don't attack humans and they try to
Mhm.
run from us, and also all they eat are bugs. So supposedly it's supposed to be good, but
They scared the fuck out of me.
yeah, they're creepy looking.
Kill them.
Yeah, they kind of give me the heebie-jeebies.
Fucking running
But-
mustache through your bathroom. The thing's fucking gross.
It's always in the bathroom, isn't it?
It's always in the basement
It
too.
is.
Basements, bathrooms,
Earwigs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
earwigs.
Oh, earwigs! I hate earwigs so
them.
much.
I am also a spider releaser, except for daddy long legs because they just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They kind of hang out.
Mhm.
They're my friends, so my only friends.
What about that group chat you have going with those other guys?
It's pretty good. They talk about eating bugs a lot, and I don't eat bugs, so I can't relate. But
Me either.
yeah,
Same.
I've eaten them before, but I don't currently eat them.
You guys remember
Hmm.
like the urban myth that like daddy long legs are like the most poisonous spider, but their venom can't or
Mhm.
their fangs can't pierce human skin?
Yep.
yeah,
Like
They're
none
not
of
long
that
enough
was
or
true.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, like literally 0% of that was true.
Yeah.
they're not poisonous, but they have extremely long fangs. They can pierce the shit out of you.
Well, I think they can actually pierce you, but
Fuck.
like all they eat are bugs. So who gives
What
a
about the myth that you eat 7 to 8 spiders every year?
Yeah, it's actually double that.
Is it?
Yeah,
Something like that.
No
you
shit.
actually eat 400 spiders every year.
Yeah, it's
I remember
double
coughing
8 is 400.
one night back when I lived just like when I was a kid. I had a bedroom in the basement, and I remember spitting into the bathroom sink, and there was a fucking spider in my spit.
Oh, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Cool.
Did you
Boy,
catch it and release it outside?
No, I ate it.
Oh.
put it back in there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I just wanted to see
How'd
what
you
it
get
was.
out?
Yeah, make sure it wasn't something gross.
Yeah. Your gut flora includes spiders, actually.
I'm curious what you guys do with moths too, because we recently had like a
Kill 'em.
moth migration that came through, and I had a fuck ton of them.
Wouldn't it-
And I'm usually a releaser when we get moths in the house, but there were like there was too many.
Yeah, the Miller moths.
The Miller moths, yeah.
Fucking kill those things.
I
Wouldn't
don't
that be
think
gut
there's any.
fauna, Smitty.
What's that?
Wouldn't that be gut fauna?
It would. You'd have flora and fauna in your gut.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt to make that
I
joke.
immediately thought about that after I said it too. I was like, wouldn't that be fauna as well? So I'm glad you brought that up. We share a little bit of a brain there.
Hmm.
I don't think I release any bugs. I think I kill all of them that enter my house.
We've never had moths. I don't think.
Spiders are the only ones I release.
I exercise castle doctrine versus insects in my house
Stand your grounds.
for bugs only.
Yeah.
Shoot all bugs
Um,
on site.
Yeah. We had ants. Whenever it rains, we get a little bit of ants. And I've got a bunch of traps for those. But
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really see a lot of spiders per se. I mean, occasionally we'll see them like near even though it's like a really old house, the only place I see spiders is like near the doors. And we do get house centipedes a lot though. Those are the one big one. And occasionally we'll get like water beetles when we get a lot of rain. Speaking of which, Illinois just got a bunch of rain finally because we've been in a drought. And this is totally off topic, Dave, but I had no less than 2 instances of hearing people at the grocery store going, "Man, we really needed this rain. It's so good for the crops."
Gosh darn right, you know? I'm fully on board with that.
I was walking out of the grocery store with my groceries, and a guy didn't even fucking know who this guy was. He was walking in, and he's like, "Hey, man, this rain is so good for the crops, right?" I'm just like, "Yeah."
You know fucking
Cool,
what?
man.
You know
Yeah.
fucking what though? Like I know Lord of the podcast here. Obviously, it's like, oh, can you believe this weather we've been having? But like when it's actually unbelievable, that's a good topic. You guys didn't get rain for a long ass time, and that's Illinois. That's
is
not
it-
common.
Could you physically not believe that it took this long to rain? Could that
Me?
guy physically not believe
The
it?
other guy
No,
probably
the
just
other
didn't
guy.
understand it. The other guy was just lost.
So he just was it
This is
raining?
crazy. It's probably never going to rain ever again.
Was it
True.
raining when he asked you this?
For what it's worth, even though it was a question, it was more of a statement. So I think he understood the rain, but like Rico said, it probably never is going to rain in Illinois ever again.
Can you
I
believe
just thought
that
it was
shit?
weird that he walked up to
Yeah.
you randomly with no context and then was like, "Yeah, we really needed this rain. It's great for the crops."
Well, like we were passing each other as I was leaving, he was coming into the store. So it wasn't like he sought me out and like sprinted towards me
Well, I know
in
that.
the parking lot.
He probably thought you were Anthony Fantano and wanted to make small talk with a famous person.
Just in
Yeah,
passing,
that
not even
16-year-old
like,
guy, for
not
sure.
even a hey, how you doing? It's just, oh, thank God we got rain finally. These crops needed it. Knee high by
Yeah.
July for the corn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the corn's looking kind of spiky. Need some rain.
It's just like a small town vibe, man. Maybe one of these
And-
days I'll ask what's the difference between small town people and city people. But
That's
small town
actually-
people are not afraid to just like pass each other and make a comment out of the clear fucking blue. And sometimes it's pretty
Racist.
fucking okay. And, sometimes it's racist.
Yeah.
Can you believe all the insert minorities that just crossed the border? I physically can't believe it.
Yeah.
What would you do if they came into your house? Would you squish them or let them go?
That's my warm-up question for next week.
I'm a releaser personally.
Mhm. It is like weirdly muggy. It's been weirdly muggy in Illinois for like I mean, Rico, you know, we had that smoke
gross.
bloom too, which
Yeah.
sucked. But Illinois has been kind of shitty for weather for the last week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird looking outside, and there's just like a smoke haze because that weird plume of smoke drifted over from Canada.
Now that is something
was fucked up.
I can't believe.
That's
and I mean that
Pretty hard to
seriously.
believe.
My nose and like my mouth like burned a little bit from like breathing outside for like, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Actually, weirdly
it was
enough,
very weird.
kind of adding on to like the I can't believe it portion here. Denver has gotten more rain this season than Seattle.
What,
That's,
really?
That's actually I can't believe it.
That's pretty
That's
nuts.
pretty
It's
unbelievable, yeah.
legit.
We actually had like a lot of flooding concerns. It's been kind of crazy.
It's
Shit.
honestly, this weather is just what's the fucking deal with it? You know,
Just can't
Yeah.
fucking
What
believe
is it?
that shit.
can't fucking believe it.
And
Illinois-
that is my 11-minute warm-up question.
All right, have a good week.
Wait. Are you satisfied?
I'm pretty satisfied. Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Hell
have a good week.
yes. Smitty, kick us off, dude.
All right. My important question is what's your opinion on companies that go out of their way to seem edgy, such as so I went to Ace Hardware and Dave, you can participate in this question because you're not waiting on an electrician now. So I went to Ace Hardware and there was like a rack of spices and there it was just like the spices were labeled like the good shit, spicy shit, salty shit, like savory shit, like that. And it's just the most obnoxious sort of like marketing shit. As well as like you've seen self-help books that are like how the subtle art of not giving a fuck, or like how to unfuck your life and things like very obnoxious sort of shit. So what's y'all's opinions on that shit?
I'm glad you mentioned Ace Hardware because my town has one too, and we're like 1,000 miles away from each other, but it seems like one of those small town stores. And
It
we have
does
that
kinda,
we have that entire same section of just the spices, and like the same with like the hot sauces. I
Mhm.
feel like every hot sauce is in unspoken battle with each other right now over who could do the most rectal harm.
Right.
So you'll get one that's just like asshole burner 5,000. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. And then you look over at another one and it's a picture of a rooster who's like breathing fire. And it's like
Mhm.
cock burning asshole destroyer atomic nuclear hot sauce number 4.
I don't like none of them sound appealing. Like I don't want to put
No.
fiery butt rape on my sandwich. But you know,
Babe, babe, hand me the fiery butt rape.
It's weird
Yeah.
that you can just go around the corner and buy it at your local Ace Hardware. It sounds
Yeah.
like some bullshit you'd find on the shelves at Spencer's.
for
Yeah.
sure. It's got that same level of edginess.
Yeah.
That or like a store that attracts the kind of like the pepperheads, right? It's like I don't think
Pepperheads?
anyone in my town. Yeah, I think that's what they actually call themselves.
Oh, for hot food? Okay. I
Yeah.
totally didn't think
Um,
about that. Duh.
I don't think anyone's going to Ace Hardware for like ass blister sauce.
Right, exactly. It's more like you see it on your way to the cash register and be like, yeah, I like hot sauce, and this one's got the F word on it. I guess I'll buy it.
It
Fuck
just makes
your
me think that
ass.
it's cheap, like a cheap product.
Yeah.
It
'Cause
definitely
usually
is.
the brand, or not the branding, but like I don't know, like the packaging is like super cheap looking, you know?
Mhm.
Like they just slap some shit on there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've
Makes me
never
wanna steer
heard
clear.
of anybody that's bought those that go like you generally have to try whatever. You know, you got to try this shit.
Mhm.
Like you buy those as like fucking gimmicky Father's Day gifts and
Yeah.
then they never get used.
If you're my dad, you become the hot sauce guy at every single like place he's worked or to his like several circles of friends. So all he gets for like 15 years is hot sauces. And then so we've had like a shelf in our basement dedicated to just unopened bottles of hot sauce. Like swear to God, he's been working on that stuff for literally since I've been alive. There's probably hot sauces in our basement that are 20 years old, unopened.
So Smitty, all those products are sold by a company called Big Cock Ranch, and there's a big red chicken on the front of their
I can't
seasonings.
roll my eyes enough.
Yeah,
that is
I hate that so
cool,
much.
man. Very, very cool.
But you could buy their 6-pack sampler, which includes chicken shit, aw shit, good shit, special shit, bullshit, and no shit.
That's so dumb. Like, I don't know. It's lame.
You imagine
Like,
owning the company like he's going to pitch it. He's like, yeah, I'm Big Cock Ranch, and we're gonna sell chicken shit, and we're gonna sell good shit. And I think for like maybe like a quarter of the people, they get like a huh, this kind of funny, and then they're like, wait a minute, is that your serious suggestion? That's actually what you want to name your company? He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Big Cock Ranch. It's funny, isn't it?
And then they're like, haha, okay, investors, how much you want to invest?
Yeah. All right,
Take
Shark.
it
I
to,
think that
take it to Shark Tank. Yeah.
I think that is like almost recommended as like a stupid dad gift, Smitty, to your point.
Basically,
Like,
yeah. But like
you
with my
ever-
dad though, like it's not this gimmicky stuff. It's literally just hot sauces because nobody else knows what to get
Yeah.
him. But in that case,
I-
though, like I think he's probably gotten some of those at some point.
I feel like that's such a problem with like shopping for dads these days. It's like my dad does not fall into the classic category of like what every dad wants according to what the market thinks that every dad wants.
Yeah.
So like if you go into a store on Father's Day, it's like either a bunch of spice blends or something that he could do with the grill, or B, something for his beard.
Yeah.
And
Or like
my
a
dad's
leather
bald
wallet.
and doesn't cook.
Yeah. Like my dad's a vegetarian right now, so he doesn't like do anything with like meat rubs or anything. But we got him like a bunch of like flavor extracts because he adds them to his like smoothies and stuff.
That's
It's cool. Like that's cool. But he's also one of those people who like if he wants something, he just goes out and buys it. So like you can't there's no reason to like be like, "Oh, I'm going to get him this" because he's not going to go buy it for himself. Cuz chances are like he'll just go get him to himself if he wants it. We just get him consumable stuff most of the time. We got him like cans of what did we get him last time? I'm trying to think. We got him tea, like just consumable stuff, peanut butter,
Yeah.
because he'll just buy his own stuff whenever he wants it anyway.
Here, Dad, I got you groceries.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got you a bag of Bartlett pears, Dad.
He
got you
literally
some
could
no
not be
shit.
happier to get something he can eat. Because like, what else is he gonna do? Like, if he wants something for his bike, because he's a bike guy, like he'll go buy it himself because it's something specific.
There's a problem with giving gifts to people that are especially into their hobbies, where it's just like either A, you know that they're going to get it if they want it, and B, you're not into their hobby enough to know whether what you get somebody is good for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like with your dad, right? It's just like he's into bikes. I wouldn't know what the fuck to give someone that likes biking,
Right,
other
exactly.
than
A
something
random
that they
chain.
probably already have, or something where they would see and be like, "Yeah, this is fucking cheap. I don't want
Right.
this."
You can
We-
still ask people what they want or what they need. I mean, that's perfectly reasonable. So that way you're not wasting your fucking money and then that person's time when they open up a box of chicken shit that they don't fucking need.
But like growing up, my mom would get us like I like to draw growing up, so my mom would get me like sketchbooks and stuff. And like she would and like I was old enough to know, like I was in high school, maybe in college even. And she would get me like art supplies and it'd be like, "Yeah, I appreciate you buying these for me, but they're like not really good quality and I'm not going to do anything good with them." I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you feel bad because it's like, well, they spent money, so I feel like I have to use these things, even
Right.
though they're not like good.
But again, they could have just taken 2 seconds to ask you, like, Smitty, what do you need for your collection? Anything specific? And
For
then
sure.
boom, you get the stuff that you want and they get to give you that and
Yeah, let
everybody's
me tell
happy.
you, let me tell you all these nice oil paints that I want for like a lot of money.
Here's a
Here,
gift card.
Here, mom, buy me the $70 oil paints, please.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, but going back to like companies that swear, or
Do you
Dave,
guys
you're gonna say something,
remember-
whatever.
Yeah, do you guys remember like I think it was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that? Dr. Pepper was like under fire and they're not really like a edgy brand per se, but for some reason they decided to fuck yeah, Smitty.
Yeah.
The Dr. Pepper Zero.
Was it like it's not for women or something like
yeah,
that?
they had a
It's
10
so
calorie
stupid like
Dr.
that.
Pepper and their slogan was "It's not for women."
That's so stupid.
And I just like I can't imagine what sect of society they were going after that was just like, yeah, as a Dr. Pepper drinker, this really appeals to me.
My masculinity is defined by my soft drink and choice.
But,
Also,
like, I
consider
don't-
how many people that phrase had to go through to get the okay. Probably like 7 or 8 people were like, "Okay, that sounds fine."
A boardroom full of sexist dudes that are just like, yeah, it's not for women.
Yeah.
Women
It's
get
Dr.
0
Pepper.
calorie. Yeah, we get 10 calorie drinks.
Yeah.
We don't need to watch her weight that much.
It's just, it doesn't make it, I don't know. It just, of all drinks, Dr. Pepper, really? I don't know.
Right.
Stupid. It's fucking dumb.
What about the dude that was trying to be super edgy with this far right beer?
Oh, the shit. Yeah, that never
Ultra
actually
Right or
came
something?
out.
Yeah, I kind of ultra right beer. Yeah, I hope
Was it
that
$34?
I hope that person just suffers eternally.
If I'm not mistaken, so he wasn't actually allowed to brew the beer. He had to contract the beer through another company. So someone brewed the beer for him to put his packaging on it. And the first time he went through that process, the brewery found out who he was and decided to cancel their order.
Yeah, I remember
I'm on
that.
their website right now here, so I'm
Sucks
trying to
to
figure it out. But
Because you knew if he like brewed it himself, there'd be like countless cases of people getting like gut worms or something.
Mhm.
look at this shit. 4.8% ABV. So this is on par with like Busch Light, Bud
he
Light, right?
raised it. It was originally 4.
Wow.
Oh wow. So he made it up to 4.8. A 6-pack is $20. Like no one in their right fucking mind is gonna go out and buy the not woke, and I'm using that in so heavy of a fucking quotation, beer for
Yeah.
fucking $20
But
for that
beer,
quality.
That beer's not confused about what bathroom it should be using, Dave.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I
So
honestly, the
dumb.
first time I saw that commercial, I would say look it up on YouTube, but I don't want to give this guy fucking views. It looked like an SNL skit. It was almost so fucking perfect. I was like,
Mhm.
and it was kind of insulting that it's real life.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that fucking dude.
Be fair, all those stupid people giving him like $30 for a 6-pack. Who's dumber? The guy who's just, probably has no convictions and just wants to take people's money, or the person who can't tell that they're being fleeced?
Yeah, what if he's grifting off of just the
Oh, he's absolutely
the
grifting.
dumbest people? Like, what if he like honestly has like no fucking affiliation with like the political leanings of that brand and shit like that? If he's just like, no, fuck those guys. Like, I just got $30 from a bunch of morons for brewing some shitty beer.
I guarantee that's literally it. Like, I
I've
doubt
thought-
that guy even actually gives a shit.
I've thought about that conundrum before, and I'm curious what you boys think. I don't have like the material to make this actually happen, but I was thinking like if I were to suddenly get a bunch of t-shirts and I could press them with like Trump 2024 on the front and sell them for like $30 a pop to idiots, would I want to do that? Because I'm giving out the fucking message of Trump 2024, but at the same time, I do love grifting idiots.
Couldn't you find like a less well, maybe not necessarily associated with like a message like the shirts, but you could just grift off of rich people and invent some stupid business to make them think that they're better than everybody else still, so you're still further inflating their ego, but you're taking money from rich people for nothing.
Yeah, but rich people have lawyers.
That requires a lot of thought, Scott, and putting Trump 2024 on a shirt requires no thought at all.
That's fair.
And like next to
Again.
zero work.
30
This is like-
bucks a shirt to fucking press a shirt and sell it to an idiot. But then the moral conundrum is it worth it to push that message that may be getting out there with that shirt, or that they're making other people uncomfortable with their wearing that shirt wherever the fuck they are?
Yeah.
This is not really answering your question, Dave, but the guy who, I forget what it was on, but the guy who was the leader of the Proud Boys, he did an interview and he was talking about how he also sells t-shirts. Like that's how he gets all his money or whatever, is selling merch, his own merch to like his own people. But he also has like stores online that he sells to the left as well.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. So he's
Also,
like,
wasn't
I'm not,
wasn't
like,
he
fully
a
behind
Fed
my-
too?
One of them was, yeah.
Or like he was
Like an informant or
a Fed
something,
yeah,
yeah.
he was an informant. Something. He was like talking to the feds or was a Fed,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't surprising either. I just assume most people in high ranking positions in most of these groups are Feds or talking to the Feds.
For real.
I know that makes me sound like Dale Gribble, and I don't care.
Dale Gribble was probably right about a lot of things.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd probably sell the shirt to idiots. Their money is still fucking good, right?
That's true.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck those companies though.
It's very stupid.
Well, what if
But
those companies
actually,
are also,
hold on a
those
second.
companies are also
Because-
grifting off of us, trying to think that they're edgy? What if they're actually not edgy? They just think people are like, "Ooh, this is edgy stuff. We go."
I mean,
buy
they're
it."
not actually edgy. They're just companies trying to make money. That's all it is at the barest. They just take a spice
Right.
blend that's in a big vat that 700 other companies dip out of. You know, it's not like it's all that special. It makes
Dude,
garlic powder and
so-
seasoned salt, and now it's
so
called
my-
chicken shit.
Am
You
I a
should
fucking
do-
hypocrite? Sorry, go ahead, Rico.
I would respect you more if you did something like sold them something that they don't wear around publicly, like sell them coffee cups or some shit that they only keep in their house.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So
what
you're
about
still
like
making
what
the
about
money,
like
but
how about like Trump undies?
there you go,
Trundies.
Trundies.
Yeah.
I would
Got
respect.
my
No,
selling
it's
Trundies on.
it's funny that I literally just said, yeah, I'd sell that. I'd sell those to idiots because their money's still good. And in the next breath, go, yeah, fuck those companies that try to. Like, no, they're doing the same
Yeah.
shit. They're just like they realize that there's a subgroup of people out there that's just like, hey, look, the seasoning says shit. That's fucking edgy. And they're gonna fucking buy it, and then they're gonna get their money. So no, I guess I can't hate on it because it's the same.
They're
dumb
getting
shit
that
I
bag
would
too. I
do.
get it.
That's
No,
exactly what I was.
it's dumb, it's
dumb, but
lazy,
yeah,
but they're
I get
making
it.
a fucking killing off of it.
That's
Right.
exactly what I was trying to say. You just put it a
Yeah.
lot more clearly and eloquently. So
I don't know about making a killing. They're at least breaking even, it seems, because they're still around. But,
I don't know, man, because I see that shit everywhere.
that shit or
shit.
chicken shit. Yeah, that shit's a
No
whole.
shit.
I see that shit all over the place.
for what it's worth, like any product that any condiment that I've had that's been good enough to talk about in a positive context has not had like a weird swear word on it that doesn't really belong there.
Laugan Ma, that
Yeah.
chili shit.
See, like the closest one is
Duke's
Famous
fucking
Dave's, the restaurant.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Mayonnaise.
Duke's motherfucking mayonnaise.
Heinz bitch ass ketchup.
I'd buy the shit out of that.
Yeah, bitch ass ketchup.
But that's the phrase. I put that shit on
57
everything for
goddamn
Frank's.
flavors.
yeah.
That's true.
But like Famous Dave's has a barbecue sauce that's like spicy that's called like Hellfire sauce or something like that. But like that makes sense thematically because it's spicy, the devil, blah 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 blah. But like I don't know, I can't think of any other condiments that have like a weird cuss on them.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go out and buy like Hidden Valley Dick Down Ranch or something like that.
I think there is actually a sauce company called Bitchin' Sauces.
See, for whatever reason that strikes me as being okay because
Yeah.
we should go back to calling stuff bitchin'.
Yeah, the original Bitchin' Sauce. I've seen this at Kroger. And it says Bitchin' right in the middle of the fucking public grocery store.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
There's also like the spicy peanuts that you'll see some places. It's like kick ass nuts or something like that, or ass kicking nuts. Anyway,
Anyways,
I'm satisfied. Let's move on.
hell yeah. Are you more satisfied than last time when we tried this, but then our show was interrupted by a electrician that decided that he needed to get into my house?
Yes, because I actually didn't have to spend the entire time talking to myself.
That's good. It's a good thing that I was here and Rico and Scott, apparently didn't help you the last time either. So
They were both just as distracted because you kept getting up.
do you see what happens when I'm not here, boys?
Just everything goes to shit.
Everything goes to shit, fellas. All right. Boys, I have a question about butt cracks today.
Fuck yeah.
And
Smitty's eyes.
Oh yeah, butt cracks, huh?
so
I'm here. I'm here for
would
it.
you boys like to guess where I was that inspired this question?
Inside someone's butt crack.
Rico's other group chat.
We're on the turlet.
Were you at the airport?
I was at the
Were you on the shitter?
Were you on the airplane? Shitter.
I
you have
was
a
at the
camera over it?
motherfucking airport, boys.
Okay.
And when I was waiting for the tram to show up, that would take me through to my terminal, a guy bent over and there was some ass crack. Happens to all of us. It's happened to me. Sure, it's
Oh,
happened to you
bummer.
guys at some point. Every now and then, your pants just are not fitting you right. You go to bend over to pick something up. There's going to be a little butt crack. So I'd like to know, two-part question. Do you think that there is an acceptable amount of butt crack because it is so common versus a point where it becomes like obscene? And number two, would you want to be notified if your ass crack is showing, or would you rather, like, especially in a public place, or would you rather just no one mention it?
There's no acceptable ass crack.
Yeah, fix that shit.
But there is, because it happens all the fucking time.
It's
Yeah,
acceptable,
accidentally, not
but,
on
like,
purpose.
fix it.
Yeah.
Well,
nobody
right,
wants-
but because it happens so often, it is in a way, I would say, acceptable.
No, it just sounds like it's more
Otherwise-
acceptable to wear ill-fitting pants.
I mean, otherwise there would literally be a bunch of people that are like, pull your pants up, dickwad, your ass crack's showing.
Yeah, but even
Like,
the
if it was
people
actually
that-
unacceptable, then there would be like malice towards when it happens. But because it happens so frequently, there's a level of acceptance.
even the fucking people that would wear their like jeans around their knees had enough fucking underwear to cover their ass crack at least.
My
Yeah, but what if they
argument-
bent over?
My argument is that I don't know. It's not an argument, but like you feel when that happens. You're not completely oblivious to your whole entire asshole hanging out for the public to see. Like, just pull your goddamn pants up.
I cut a breeze down there.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable, but I won't say anything because I'm a pussy.
I
Also-
feel if it happens to somebody, I feel bad for them because they're probably aware of it.
Yeah.
So that takes me to that second part of the question then. Like, do you think as a person you would want to be notified when your ass crack is showing?
It depends. Are they
No.
bending over to tie their shoe and you see it for half a second, or is the dude just sitting there and you've got a bunch of ass crack that's out while you're both just waiting for your plane?
Let's just say he's just sitting there. Like he's on a bench and he's going to be there for like 30 minutes.
I'm still a pussy. I don't say anything.
But would you want
Yeah.
someone to say something to you?
Probably, but I'm also super self-conscious because I got that long crack and I try and cover it up as much as possible. So
I'm
I feel like I
self-conscious
would-
about my juicy ass, so I don't want more attention brought to it.
I think I would want somebody to say something, but at the same time, I'd probably crawl into my own skin out of embarrassment if
Yep.
somebody actually did.
Like it would ruin your entire fucking day.
I would climb into my ass crack and live there for the rest of my life.
straight up, if somebody told me, like
hide
if we were at the airport waiting for a plane and somebody said, "Hey man, your ass crack's hanging out," I would probably get up and have to go fucking book a different flight with that person not on it.
That's such a kind way to say it too. Like, hey man, your ass crack's hanging out. Instead of like some jackass that walks by and just goes, crack kills motherfucker. And then you have to like,
You walk by, full moon, huh?
yeah. Oh,
You just like butt cracks hanging out. Thanks, bro. And you give him like the Arnold Schwarzenegger with Carl Weathers like
Mhm.
predator handshake.
man who has ass crack hanging out, other man who tells the man about it.
Mhm.
Meme template.
Yep.
so I guess it
Like when
depends on like
somebody tells
how much
you
butt
your
crack.
your fly's open, the barn door's open, but
Nice
I
cock.
wouldn't- I don't know. I would never want to say that to somebody in person.
Like
I'd
the
feel
fly
so
thing's
gross.
the fly thing's kind of embarrassing, I guess. But I mean, no, they don't actually like see your cock. Thank God for underwear. Like imagine if you were just like walking around in jeans and your fly was undone, but you were free balling. Then like, yeah, that's
Just bouncing around.
Your fly's undone, but they still just see like just the pubic area, not even your dick, just that area just above it. They're like,
just
oh,
like the hairs sticking out
bush
of your
bud.
fly.
Yeah.
That's not nearly as embarrassing.
Is it broccoli
ass
in your
crack.
pants? Or are you happy to see me?
I don't even like broccoli. You just ruined it for me.
So I'm with you boys. I actually think that it's the same for me. Like I think I'd rather have someone tell me in a kind way, even though I think I would suffer from that same level of embarrassment. But I think it also depends on like how much ass I'm actually showing, you know?
Yeah, I think if like they see half your ass crack at that point, like that's probably a good time to tell somebody. But if it's just like you're starting to see the top of it, it's probably fine.
If you can see
Yeah,
a
where
little
it's
bit
like-
of a shadow
let
of
it
the
slide.
crevice, that's
Mhm.
where
Right.
you're in trouble.
So
Yeah.
there is a socially acceptable level of ass crack.
So if you see the shadow, it just means adjust your shirt, pull your pants up a little bit. But if you got full on ass cleavage, then that's not acceptable.
No, that's when the alarm bells start
Yeah.
ringing.
Right.
I would feel like I always make sure I'm wearing a shirt that's long enough that even if my pants are riding a little bit lower, like I know that my butt is not going to hang out. I don't know. Like I'm very aware of my rear end, and like
That's good.
yeah, it's like one of my weird like social phobias is like getting caught with my ass crack hanging out.
Yep, same. Although if I'm like with my family, I'll purposely have the ass crack out just to get a quick laugh out of some people. I'm not above that.
Yeah.
I mean, you may as well just fucking full out moon.
I've done that.
I mean-
I'm not above that either. It's been a while, but yeah.
I'm above that.
Now I
Hey,
just
Mom
have a
loves
niece
that.
and nephew that watch me too much, and I don't want them learning my bad behaviors.
Grandma, check
I
this out.
I don't
I've
think I've
mooned.
fucking mooned someone since like high school.
Yeah, no, I've mooned a lot of people as an adult. I'm not proud of it, but
Your grandma's just like, Scott, put your gooch away, please. I'm tired of this.
Give grandma
I mean,
the
you could-
goat.
You could like moon your wife. That doesn't count.
Yeah, that's fine. That's funny.
Yep. That's hilarious.
I did that thing with
Mhm.
my brothers, and I would like be in a room, and I would like hike my pants down just a tiny bit in the back, and I'd be like, "Holy shit, come in here!" And they'd run in, and they just see my ass. They're like, "Dude, fuck you!" Like it turns
You're
to
an
straight
asshole,
up
dude.
anger, and it's so much fun.
My wife said that once upon a time, like probably back when they were in high school, her sister mooned her, but also like spread cheek,
No, that's not cool.
which is one of the rules. Which is like the only rule of mooning is like don't spread cheek.
Nah,
Dave,
dude.
do you remember our bass player in high school?
Yeah, it was Smitty for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
and
was
then,
me for.
and then the guy that came in after
while there.
Smitty, we were at a stoplight, and Mike was in the back seat with Smitty, because you know these guys, and this was like the first time we met this kid, and he's like, "Oh, should I moon the guy in the car behind us?" So we said, "Yeah." So he stands up and he pulls his pants down and moons the car behind us, and we were sitting at a stoplight, and the arrow turned green so we could turn left, and I hauled ass, and as soon as I did it, he fell off the seat bare ass into Mike's lap. It was the funniest fucking thing possible.
God damn it.
It was so fucking hilarious.
He was 14 years old and had a very hairy ass. It was odd.
Weird. Very weird.
He admitted he shaved it, which I think's fucking weird, dude. I got a hairy ass, but I don't shave it.
Well,
Yeah,
that's just
that-
gonna make it grow in more thick and coarse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
can you imagine
pretty
5 o'clock
uncomfortable, right?
shadow on both your cheeks? You'd like fucking sand down your underwear.
dude.
Your underwear like wears so that there's just these big, huge holes, so it looks like Fruit of the Loom boxer brief thong.
Yeah, I don't
Just like
dig
a
that.
chia pet. Hair poking out all the holes.
Yeah.
Fucking gross.
You
Rico,
shave
do
it,
you
and
moon
then
your-
there's like that week and a half where it's
God
just
damn it.
really itchy because the hair's coming back in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't even imagine. It sounds not fun.
No.
Rico, do you moon your wife? I noticed when Smitty and I were agreeing on that, you stayed silent.
Rico doesn't even fart
Um,
near his wife.
Well, that's why I wanted to pass it
Sure.
along because I'm not sure about like what his butt behaviors are.
You're so
At
polite,
home.
Rico.
I don't moon her per se. I walk around naked, I guess, and she sees my ass.
That doesn't count. That's not
No,
the
that
same.
doesn't
No.
count.
Yeah.
You actually
No,
gotta.
I guess
get
I
in
don't
there.
moon her.
You should try it.
All right.
Do it right now on camera. Hike your pants down just a little bit and yell, "Babe, babe, come in here real quick."
I would lose my fucking shit
Dude,
if you
She
did
please
that right
do
now.
it,
comes
dude.
in holding the baby.
I was say she has to stop. She has to run away from taking care of my kid to fucking look at my asshole.
Not asshole, just
Oh my
ass.
God, Rico, try
Oh,
it.
I'd
Yeah,
fuck it
please.
up.
Rico,
I'd fuck it up
alright.
and she'd see my asshole.
I would fucking die. Dude,
I am absolutely not going to do this.
I can hear how nervous you are just in your voice.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh shit.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You're so much more respectful of your wife than we are to our own wives.
You should be. I was going to say you should be respectful to my wife. No, I'm very respectful, I guess.
Walking around naked with your fucking junk all dangling and whatnot.
Mhm.
What if
Well,
you
Yeah,
just
real respectful.
showed a little
Just
ass
consent.
cheek and then I texted your wife to go into the room?
That feels more weird.
Okay.
What if you took a picture of like your arm, like where your elbow is,
Make it look
and
like
then
a butt.
tried to pass it off real up close as a butt cheeks? And then you sent that,
That
to her.
feels a bit disingenuous.
I'm
I mean,
pretty
it is,
sure
but it's one of the oldest tricks in the book.
if Rico
is.
sent that to her right now,
Classic.
she'd be like, "You're obviously not tied up and not podcasting. If you're able to send me pictures of your ass, so come out here and take care of the kid."
Trust me, it's relevant. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry,
fucking
boys.
satisfied. I think. Welcome to Mid Show. All right. What we're doing this week is more questions. How fucking original. But
Very nice.
we used to do
Statements
this
one time.
a long time ago. We used to do this show in another format, which I think I've mentioned before, but we had this thing called the lightning round, which took questions. Not all of them. Not all of our questions are going to be good, right? And sometimes we write them, and then within hours, sometimes minutes, we know this is a fucking flop waiting to happen. So we're going to grace you guys with one question each from each of us here, timed at 2 minutes in our first mid-show lightning round. And just so you guys know, the old lightning round timer is on standby. This is the iPhone Playtime. Can you boys just say the words lightning round, like however, like excitingly?
Lightning round.
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 Okay.
Lightning
That was pretty
round.
good. I liked it.
That's the theme song.
That was nice.
And I'm just going to clip it. I'm going to put it back right now, but like with some effects. It's going to sound cool.
Bass boosted.
Lightning round. Lightning round. Lightning round. Lightning round.
You need to.
That's all it's going to be.
You really got to make it drop as you ask us, boys. Can you please just say lightning round? Lightning round.
Should find a bass boosted version of that ringtone.
I should. I could just bass boost it myself in
That's true.
post. Who wants to go first? Scott, you're first.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm staring at my question because I don't like the way I worded it. Fucking, I don't even know how to make this a question. It's going to turn into a Jerry Seinfeld observation at this point. What was the fucking deal with this girl that I saw? She ate string cheese. She didn't just bite into it. She ate strings off of it, but she was eating it hamburger style.
Everything.
What?
Everything's wrong with that
The
person.
timer started.
How does somebody get to that fucking point? I understand the normal way, the way that you're supposed to hold it and peel off the little strings vertically, right?
Uh-huh.
I can
Could
even
also just bite into it.
I can even understand just biting into it
Smitty.
because fuck it.
That's
But
how I
hold-
eat it.
But holding it hamburger style,
Wait. When you say hamburger style, do you mean like sideways,
she was
like
holding it
a corn
like
on the
this,
cob?
and she
Like a corn on the cob?
she was eating it like corn on the cob, tearing
the
tearing
actual
off
fuck-
tearing off little strings with her teeth.
What?
I was at work.
What?
Otherwise, I was going to ask her, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" It was.
Why was she tearing off strings with her mouth? Why wasn't she using her fingers?
That's what I want to know. And why hold it like a corn on the cob?
Why do you need two ends to eat string cheese?
That's
Does
true.
she have the handle things that she stuck on the ends like on the cob too? So she didn't burn her fingies.
No, she just
fuck,
fucking
man.
sat there and did it, and I stared at her. I was like,
Where-
I've never
where
seen
was
the
this?
Butter on it.
I was at work and
Ew.
she was on a lunch break and I was just fucking staring. I was like, I wanted to go up to her and ask her about it, but I knew that it would just come off extremely rude. I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem, man?
Yo, lady, why are you eating the cheese like that?
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
I'm going to ask
fucking
about you on my
problem, man.
podcast.
Not even lady. I mean, she was like a 20-something-year-old girl and I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where the fuck did you grow up? Who taught
Dave's
you
pretty
this?
quiet. Is this how you eat this stuff as well? Dave?
I just wanted to know, like, is this a learned thing, or do you think she's just like, has she? Maybe she tried all the different ways.
Shit, maybe
This is the
she's
best
like
way.
ascended. Yeah.
Right.
You think she's onto something? Maybe.
I don't know. I've never done it. Have
I
you?
got string
evolved.
cheese in the fridge right now. I should
Smitty, go do it quick.
Oh my
You have
God.
14
Yeah.
seconds.
hold on.
I have string cheese, but I'm not going to do that.
BRB. I'm gonna get some string cheese.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Please.
Question's
How
gonna be
long are
over.
these
Yeah, we're gonna move
questions over?
past it. He's gonna get the string cheese for nothing. You're gonna be on the next question.
We're already on to the next fucking question. I feel bad. I feel like we should wait, but
Probably
part of
should.
me is just like, no. I think we should go into the next question.
We're going to have to
Scott,
ask
Rico,
this
your
sometime.
thoughts?
Smitty, you're up. Timer started.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Rico, do you have one ready?
Sure. It's going
All
to be
right,
really
you're
bad.
next. You're still next.
Oh, right now? Okay. I don't have any examples for this because this is
Okay.
a poorly thought out question. But if you could choose a superpower that only worked while you were naked, what would it be and how would you use it?
Invisibility.
Timer started.
All right. I'm satisfied. That was the only answer that mattered.
String cheese acquired.
This
We're-
counts as your time, Rico.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we can use this for the next minute and a half. I don't
Here
care.
we go. The string cheese has been
Scott wins.
been freed from its prison.
Mortal
so she was
chains.
holding it like this, like with two
Yes.
hands, right?
Yes,
Yeah, but she had
like a corn cob.
holders.
Even if you did it with one hand, it just yeah.
Okay. That looks like it peeled pretty well.
It peeled pretty well. I was
It did
so
peel
I was
pretty well.
imagining that she was like taking bites out of it like corn on the cob.
She did a
Which makes me
a good
happier.
mix.
I
Take a big
don't-
chunk out of there instead of doing a line. No,
You
no, I mean,
can't.
like
It because it wants to peel.
Yeah, it wants to peel. I will
It's
say,
nature.
string cheese is so good. There's not really a wrong way to eat it,
mm,
Yeah,
but
there
that's fucking weird because you're
Horizontally is the
also
wrong way.
like, so string cheese. You only need one hand to hold it. You hold it with two hands. You need
You
a
need
third
attack.
appendage, hence your mouth. That's fucking stupid and overcomplicated. I hate it.
One can argue if you're eating it the way you're supposed to by peeling off the strings that you're still using the same amount of hands. It's only if you just bite into it like an animal.
I bite into it like an animal from the top.
I do as well. I'm okay.
I
with
shove
it.
the entire thing in my cheek and eat it as one big mash.
Just snack on it a little bit throughout the day.
Yeah,
I think you've actually ascended, Smitty. That sounds like the right way to do it.
I
I
ascend
boil
every
mine
day.
first.
You what?
I bathe in mine.
Yeah, I boil mine first. I like
I
it to be a
soak it in through
puddle.
osmosis.
Yeah,
You boil your string cheese,
yeah,
get all the parasites out of it.
In hot
oh,
dog
yeah,
water.
dude. 165 FDA safe.
There we go.
All right, you got 5 seconds left here, Rico. I don't know. Flight is your balls a dingle? That'd be fun.
I like that.
Great question, Rico. I don't remember what it was.
Doesn't matter. It's over. I'm satisfied.
All right. My question here is: we're all American, but we all have the American part of us that's just like, well, I'm actually Polish, or I'm actually German, or like whatever else. What's the worst part of your heritage? And for me being Polish, it's everyone assumes that I'm fucking stupid, even though I am.
Do you have problems changing light bulbs, Dave?
Not unless there's like 3 or 4 of us around, we could typically get it done.
When a guy stands on the ladder, the other two turn the ladder.
But like the actual response to that, like, I don't know, like American Polish people, for some reason, they want to like embrace the fact that they're Polish, even though they're American as fuck. So every single party I go to is just like sauerkraut and sausages. And it's like, guys, like, we could do better. We could actually do fucking better.
Where the burgers at?
Dave,
Right.
Dave, when you go to an eye doctor and you're reading the eye chart, do you claim to know that person when you read the eye chart?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I'm also
Yep.
Polish. That's
I'm-
probably
I'm-
why.
I also have some Polish ancestry, and I'm confused.
Okay, so like, you know,
Can you explain the joke, which should help make it funnier, Smitty?
I'll explain the joke. So you look at an eye chart, it's just a bunch of letters and some sort of like arbitrary configuration. You get a Polish guy reading the eye chart. You know, Polish last names are Quite the mouthful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
blah,
S
blah, blah.
Z C Y Z Y C. Yeah.
I didn't know Smitty was
Oh.
coming in here with the heat.
Yeah.
Got Polish jokes on
It's
lock.
my German ancestry.
What's the worst part of that?
Let's move on.
Oh, we got 27 seconds, man.
I've also got Irish Scottish ancestry, so let's lean more into that.
All right, what sucks about it?
Probably alcoholism.
Yeah.
I'm
Being oppressed
satisfied.
by the UK.
I'm Irish and
talk about
Polish,
whatever
I'll
else
take
we
both
want.
your answers.
Yeah.
6 seconds, boys. Anything else? Anything on a different topic?
Nah.
Nah.
Even better.
Cool.
That question was placed appropriately.
Smitty, you're last.
All right, my question is my lightning round question is why do people on TikTok like speeding up songs so that the singers sound like chipmunks? And as somebody who does not use TikTok, only hearing it secondhand or seeing it on Twitter and all that stuff, like why do people do that?
I don't know, but good fucking God, do I hate that.
It's really fucking annoying. It
it's
has to be like an attention span thing, right? Like
It's not just that. Like, my wife and I were actually doing a workout the other day, and it was one of like the YouTube workouts, and it was an electronic song. It was a normal speed, but then in the background there's just like this really reverby voice. It's just like,
Oh,
and I
That's
fucking
weird.
hear it. I fucking hear it in like everything.
Yeah.
yeah, there are like normal mainstream songs that have like a chipmunk voice in it sometimes.
Right.
Like
I don't know why
Imagine
that ever
Dragons
fucking
song,
took off.
Thunder,
I like
has a
that
chipmunk
song.
voice.
Ugh.
I'm okay with it.
All right.
I
Well,
don't think I
Well,
know.
I guess I shouldn't say like I don't love it, but I don't like completely hate it. That's not one of the examples that I thought of. I can't think of any of the songs because they're all like some kind of like hip hoppy weird stuff. But
The guy who made the chipmunks must have thought he was a fucking genius, because right now just like speeding up or pitch correcting like an audio take is literally the easiest thing to fucking do when you're editing audio. You just like push a button and you choose like how many semitones you want to increase it.
mhm.
But like back in the 40s or whenever the fuck the chipmunks were a thing, he must have thought he was just like the biggest fucking genius ever.
Yeah, like a caveman
what if-
discovering fire sort of situation.
It's like, what if we take these popular songs and we just make it sound like a fucking chipmunk sang it?
Why don't we lower the RPM on a record and then see what happens? No, raise the RPM. Duh.
Right.
Alternatively, there's a YouTube video that I go back to every once in a while while I'm high. Never mind. You'll never know.
We're just glad to know that you do it, Smitty.
Yeah. What it really is like somebody took a Chipmunks album of like they did covers of like a bunch of like songs that were big in the 80s or whatever. One of them is like Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles. And somebody slowed it way the fuck down. And it sounds like sludge pop. And it's actually pretty fucking rocks. I'll send
Yeah.
a link to the group chat so you guys can forget to look at it.
Yeah,
Nice.
that would be great. Thank you.
Scott, what's your question this week?
boys, I would like to know, what are the qualifications for working at a pawn shop, and do you think you could legitimately work at one?
Where?
I'm not talking like Pawn Stars, big
Mm.
shit like that. I'm talking about like your
No,
easy
right.
pawn, your run of the mill small town fucking pawn shop. What does it take to work there? And do you think you could legitimately work at one? Not would you? Do you think you could?
What it takes is a large body, an I don't give a shit attitude, and a gun.
A gun
Legit,
that you-
like pawn-
a gun that you could
pawn
buy
Sort of
for.
places, huh?
It's a gun.
Pawn
that you could-
shops scare me, dude.
Yeah.
They always have
Those
bars
are-
on the windows.
Yeah, bars on the fucking windows. Like, you just feel like you're constantly under scrutiny at the few that I've ever been to. Like, you're being eyeballed, like you're gonna steal some VCR from the 1994 or whatever.
Well, those are expensive now.
Are they?
Inflation, man.
Those are antiques.
Yeah, they have like old stereo equipment that requires like the stupid kind of like wiring setup like the kind that my dad had back in like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to sell that shit for like $300. And
like,
I don't know, man.
the lowest quality shitty guitars you've ever seen, priced all
Right.
at $150 to $200 plus.
Exactly.
You guys, so I drove past a pawn shop and it said help wanted, and I was like, what are the fucking qualifications for that? Like, I feel like nowadays you just Google anything to be like, yeah, it's probably worth around this much. We have to adjust for how much the store needs to make. But if you were to like rewind this and put it back in like the 90s, like before the internet was mainstream and everything, I mean, like, how would you really price anything?
I bet you
By
they had
vibes.
catalogs.
Yeah.
They probably did have catalogs for that shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me look this up in the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, like-
extra 5%,
Yeah.
whatever the mainstream price was.
Like I had like a baseball card collection, and I still have all of them that I had when I was a kid. And at the time, they actually sold a book that was called Beckett's, and it was just fucking massive. And if you looked at like a certain code that was on the back of your card, you could look it up in the Beckett's manual. And I'm sure they had stuff like that for, I don't know, any sort of electronics
Probably.
or whatever
yeah.
else people were selling, or like vacuum cleaners and appliances.
Yeah, I still think it would be pretty tough because you might have some guy walk in with a drum set, or like I said, like a cheap guitar, or like a old camera or something. But then somebody's gonna walk in with jewelry, and then somebody's gonna walk in with these old coins, and then you got to fucking figure out how much they're worth, if they're worth anything, and then you always have to see if they're actually gonna want to sell it to you, because fucking all the pawn shops that I've been to, the people have been so fucking rude about their prices. It's like, dude, you're selling a Yamaha guitar with a dent in it for $175. Why would anybody fucking want that?
So, like,
Yeah,
you
one-
just have to be greasy in general
Yeah.
Yeah.
to work at a pawn shop.
Especially one that, you know, like he probably saw the kid that came in with it and was like, I don't know, I'll give you fucking $35 for it.
Right. And then throws it up for 200.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Shout
try to
out
talk
to
him
all
down to
the
170 and he acts like you're fucking breaking his balls.
Yeah.
pawn shop people that listen to us.
We're so
I don't
sorry,
know.
guys.
You get out the big manual that's like the catalog that shows you all the different models of toasters. When somebody brings their toaster into a thrift or the pawn shop, they're like, yeah, it's this model. It was worth this much in the 90s, but it's 2023. I'll give you $2 for it.
You have to adjust for the amount of crumbs that are in there.
He picks it up and dumps it out right on the counter.
Yep.
You didn't even clean it out, and that's an additional fee. You get
Or
50
real-
cents
Plus,
for
you
the
could sell the
toaster.
crumbs.
Or realistically, Scott, like I watched a lot of Pawn Stars in college. I unironically loved that show for a while. And I know there was kind of like a joke at the time where what's the fucking guy that runs the place? Rick.
Rick.
Rick,
And his son,
Rick
Big
Harrison,
Hoss?
like
he's a greasy motherfucker.
his son Big Hoss, old man Chumley, and there's one thing that he's learned after 20 years: you never know what's going to come through that fucking door.
I fucking hate you, dude.
But there was like a running joke for a while that Rick would be like, "Well, let me call in my guy. Let me
Yeah.
call in my guy," and he had a guy for everything. And I'm assuming, like before the age of the internet, that was kind of just the thing with like Pawn Stars is like you had a guy that you could call. Or a
Right.
guy that was like in the neighborhood that you can call in. You leave your item at the pawn shop and like come back later for pricing. And then you can get on the horn with whoever your guy is.
Did you say get on the horn?
Yeah.
All right, Grandpa.
Like your guy's like, oh yeah, it's my buddy Don. He plays guitar all the time. He told me this one's not worth much of anything. That's my guy.
Yeah, it's just like a guy you know.
That's probably what the fuck it was back in the
You just
fucking
spin
90s.
around and turn
Shit.
your hat backwards. Like, I'm his guy.
Yeah.
Some guy brings in like an antique revolver, and it's like, let me call up my friend Dan. He's played Call of Duty a bunch. Like, I'm sure he knows what this is. And Dan comes in, he's like a 14-year-old kid. It's like, yeah, that gun looks cool, but you know,
Dead ass.
yeah, dead ass for real.
He's probably got to call like his like nephew or something to be like, what's this fucking video game worth? I don't fucking know anything.
The nephew's like, the game sucks. He's like, all right, it's worth $2.
Yep.
It's like some old, like the gold cartridge Zelda for the NES that's like actually worth like $100 something. Zoomer ass nephew's like, this game's lame.
He's like, that's not even on a disc.
Yeah. You got to blow into it to make it work. That sucks.
I don't think I could do it, man. Because, well, first of all, I have a conscience. I don't think I could ever offer somebody $2 for something that they probably paid a shit ton for and then made a bunch of memories and then turn around and sell it for like $60. I don't think I could do it.
People who bring stuff into pawn shops, they're generally not in the best financial shape to begin with. Hence why they're going to a pawn shop.
Yeah, that's why I'd feel terrible. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I need to sell my grandmother's engagement ring, that she had. I sold it for, I'm selling it to you so I can get like crack money or something." Like I would feel legitimately terrible. Not that they would actually ever tell you that they're selling it for crack, but still,
I'm selling this for crack money.
yeah, you just tell by looking at some people, be like, "Yeah."
They're bringing in like antique jewelry because my water's going to get shut off. And it's like, well, this is worth 2% of what it actually is worth, and that's what we're going to give you. So fuck you.
I'll give you $10 for it.
Yep.
Best I can do.
Wouldn't it be nice if there was an honest pawn shop where they go in and the guy has a conscience and he says something along the lines of like, well, we got to make our living here and whatnot. And if you sold this by owner, here's how much you would make. But because you're selling it to a pawn shop, here's how much we can actually give you.
Right.
But that would never fucking happen.
People who work at pawn shops generally don't have a conscience. Like I'm saying that as somebody who doesn't know anybody who works at a pawn shop. So, but it just seems like one of those skeevy sort of career paths, like used car salesman or guy who works at Cash for Gold place.
Yeah. Cash for Gold and pawn shops might as well be the same fucking stores. I mean, they're always in the same strip malls.
I say they usually are in the same place, aren't they?
Yeah.
Used car salesman, I don't know if I would lump them in there though. I mean, like any sales job, I think is a little skeevy, but like selling a car by owner is much more difficult than selling something else that doesn't require a title change and a trip to the DMV.
Yeah.
So like you're selling it at a loss for sake of convenience. I mean, like I could get that.
I think of like the cartoony car salesman that like is obviously trying to peddle, a car that's like super fucked up, and they're like, "No, it's great. It runs awesome. We just recharge the AC."
See, that's the experience I had. Was the one time I was at a used car lot, they tried to sell me a car that had like somebody had taped a bunch of fucking like aluminum foil on the inside of the engine to try and make it run properly, like that sort of shit.
Boy.
So I know like you literally like everybody else's experience is probably different, but in my experience, I had that cartoony, like greasy motherfucker sort of experience with a used car salesman.
I've had that with a dude at a pawn
blows.
shop. Never a car salesman.
I've never been to a pawn shop.
Have you bought a used car?
Yeah.
Have you been to a garage sale?
Yes.
All right, that's pretty much it. Except you can't sell your own shit at somebody else's garage sale.
You walk up to a garage sale with your stuff and it's like, how much you want to buy this?
Yeah.
You want to buy my shirts?
You guys mind if I just put it out on this table over here? It looks pretty clear. I'm just gonna camp out.
I'll
Can
give
I
you
lease a table from you, please?
It's a consignment.
You just drive your shitty ass car up to their driveway. Hey, I'm trying to sell this. Can I leave this here?
I bet you some people would say yes.
Yeah, because
Like here, I need to sell this. You're probably gonna have a lot of like foot traffic and car traffic coming along here. You sell this at this amount, you can keep this amount. I'd fucking do it.
oh yeah,
Like, I'll give you $5 a day to let me park my car here to sell it.
I'd be down
Deal.
with that.
Yeah, like $5 a day. Like, depending on how shitty the car looks, like most definitely.
Yeah, I do that shit.
I don't
Fuck
got an HOA for sure. I'll do it.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty satisfied.
Excellent. Rico, that leaves you. Cap off our show, buddy.
All right. I this feels like a question that may have been asked before. I don't know.
Ask it anyway.
Very general.
Yeah, right.
But
Listening to
what
the
are some
fucking
things?
Start listening to the fucking show, dude.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. It's my own fault. All right. What are some things that you won't do yourself anymore and would only pay somebody to have done?
So some things that I don't do out of principle is what you're asking me?
No, slightly different. This is more like so my examples are painting because I fucking hate painting and I never want to do it again because I'm bad at it and I don't like it. And I would rather just like pay more money than I probably should to have somebody else do it for me. And moving because I've accumulated
Yeah,
at this
moving
point, like,
definitely.
moving I've heard is like very expensive, but everybody that does it would never move themselves again. But so like for more context, I being in college and stuff, I've moved myself probably like, and I've been to like different locations or whatever, renting, and like now I own, probably moved myself like 20 times in my life, and I'm just kind of like over it. But also I have way more shit now because I've just accumulated so much stuff, and I'd probably have to like, I don't know, it would just be more painful than it was in the past, and I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm probably just going to have somebody else do it for me.
You also figure out how much shit you've accumulated whenever you move, and then you feel like kind of bad because it's like, why do I have all of this stuff?
Yeah, but it's also like I've got like I used to have like a shitty old bed frame, and now I have one that's like got a big headboard, and like it's heavy, and the dresser's heavy as fuck, and I don't know. So like,
Yeah,
it's stuff that I need. I don't want to.
I fucking agree with the moving one, Rico. I've had good movers and I've had bad movers. The good ones, I would never go back if so long as I read reviews and choose a place that's like trusty and whatnot. Because the same fucking thing. Each time I move, it's gotten even more difficult to move than the last time.
Yes,
for sure.
Scott agrees because Scott was there doing it every single time.
That's what.
That's the other part of it too. Sorry.
Except for the one time that he didn't. But Scott had a family emergency, so that's okay. I don't hold it against you.
Thanks, man. I've moved twice on my own and helped Dave move like 4 times at least.
It's the fucking renter cycle, dude.
Yeah,
you live in a place for a year, and then after the year, they're like, "Hey, bud, it's going to cost $300 more a month to live here."
I'm not bashing you. I'm just saying, helping you move and then moving myself has made me fucking hate moving. I'd probably pay for movers too the next time, but it depends on how much they are, how much money's in my pocket. I feel the same way about painting. I can't fucking stand painting, but at the most I've only painted like 2 rooms. I've never done like, if it's a whole house thing, I'm gonna fucking pay somebody. Fuck that. But as much as I hate painting, I could probably rationalize the fact that it would cost me however much paint costs and then a couple hours worth of work to do it. If it's only just 1 or 2 rooms, I don't really care.
I feel like anything like electrical, I would never try to do myself.
Like, wasn't the question if you know how to do it already?
Well, was it? I don't.
Let me undelete it.
Dig it out of your recycling bin.
Yeah, like that's where I initially went with it. So like things that you usually do and don't want to do anymore. So
okay, I gotcha. Yeah, like I don't know anything about electrical, and I wouldn't try to like consult the internet to try to like monkey my way through it because I'd probably end up fucking electrocuted to death.
I think,
but I mean, like, I don't know, like. Minor like plumbing stuff, like changing fixtures and stuff, like I know how to do, but anything more than that, like I could probably figure out how to do it and I wouldn't die trying to do it, but I'd probably just hire a professional to like try to fix plumbing.
Some plumbing stuff, I think, yeah. Like my water heater is going out and I don't want to, there's like some other plumbing stuff that needs to happen to like make it correct. And I don't have like the understanding to do it myself.
And probably not the tools either.
Or the tools, and I'd probably end up blowing my house up because it involves like the gas line and replacing the piping to the gas line and stuff. So
if it's like replacing a ring underneath your sink or something, that stuff's whatever. But
yeah, for sure.
The other thing that I thought of as of recently is fucking shopping. Like my big grocery trips. Now I'll just do the Walmart pickup after I get off work or something. And then all I have to do is sit and call them, and I help the person throw it into the back seat of my car, and then I'm done. That's less time I have to waste on the weekend physically going into the store to go do it. So
Yeah, that we've been doing that for quite a while now, and it's super nice. Like we go in every once in a while, but when it's usually when we have like a bigger order, we'll do that.
I used to
So-
think it was kind of like lazy and stupid, and one of my coworkers rationalized the fact that it would help me save money because then I'm less likely to impulse buy shit. And I'm like, holy shit! So
That's
It's
that's
super
an interesting
smart.
point. I didn't think about that. It's just like a times like you save. I don't know, like time is money and whatnot.
Yeah.
You save so much time not like walking around in the store for an hour.
Maybe I've just had like a really shitty experience with it, but like I never do that because the few times I've tried, my entire shopping list has just been like either A, this item's not available that said it was available, B, it didn't even show up on the search, or C, they would come out with like shitty, stupid substitutions or offer stupid substitutions.
yeah.
So
Well, that was the
You'd
nice
like
thing.
go
does
in
happen,
and-
but
you like go in, like I wanted to buy, Scott, you'll like this. I wanted to go buy sauce because I remember I wanted to buy sauce because I love sauce. But it was like an Asian dish I was trying to make. So I was trying to get like this certain like black bean Chinese sauce that they had. And it came back out and they're like, oh yeah, we don't actually have that. Can I get you like a garlic aioli?
Well, they're not made to.
No, not exactly.
I use Walmart, and it's actually pretty good about like sending you an alert on your phone or like an email that says,
Mhm.
"Hey, like we're out of this brand of like garbage bags or whatever. Can we substitute it for this?" And then you have a set amount of time to say yes or no. They did the same thing with some salmon that I bought. The only thing I worry about is like if you go to buy like certain meats or certain produce or something, like I feel like you're always going to get the shittiest pick. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could feel being suspicious of that.
that's kind of for certain things we go in and do.
Yeah.
But-
I just do it for my big trips that would actually take me an hour or so, like going to
Mhm.
the store. If I just had to run in and get like chicken or something real quick, then it's not a big deal to run in there real quick.
for sure.
Another thing, Rico,
Mhm.
this isn't I guess I don't really do that. It's a thing that I know how to do, but I don't do it regardless. Is changing oil on my car. I'm very well
Yeah.
aware of how to do it, and I have all the stuff like to do it. But I don't want to use like the stupid jack that's like in my trunk for emergencies, and I don't actually care to save whatever amount of money it would take to just get a fucking full service oil change.
Yeah.
I would agree to that because so my dad's a diesel mechanic. He wanted to make sure that like at the very minimum I could change a tire and change my oil, and with the same rationale, like I don't want to. I want to take like 2 hours of my time when I can pay somebody to do it in an hour or less. Plus, at the time, oil was almost just as expensive just to fill it myself compared to what the oil change place would charge you. Ironically, I have to go
The
get my oil
other-
change tomorrow.
Another reason why I've been doing that for a while too, having someone else do it, is they check other things. So they check your brakes and like, your tires and whatever. And there's no chance in hell I'm ever going to do that on my own. So
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
And
When I used to change my own oil and I would just change the oil and that was it. Maybe the windshield wiper fluid, but
and
now because sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm so sorry. I thought you were done. That's
I thought I was too. It's fine.
you don't have to fucking worry about disposing of old oil.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you one opposite
And?
here, Rico.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait,
I'm gonna throw you one
And?
opposite here,
Uh-huh.
fucker, motherfucker. I
What were you going to say, Scott?
I recently found a barber in my town
Mhm.
that knows her fucking way around a beard trim.
Hmm.
And I used to be 100% just on the like, I'm not going to spend $5 extra for the beard trim. Fuck that. I have one at home. I'm going to do it. But I would just go over it with like the number 3 clipper the whole way through. She has half size clippers. So she goes in and does like a 3 and then like a 3.5 in certain spots.
She fades that shit.
She just makes it look so
Oh.
fucking good. And right now it doesn't look that great because I'm like 4 weeks since I got my haircut. So like in the in-betweens, I'll still go through and do it myself, but I think I will always pay for that going forward.
I want to do that because I would like to like just even if it's just one time get a like a straight razor shave. But I should look into like the trimming, but when I shave, I would just rather just be clean shaven. But it's always like so expensive to get, a straight razor shave. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's like $40 or something. I'm like, nah, I've never once done it because I'm like, I don't know. Seems like too much for me.
It's a luxury that I think is worth trying out at least once. So I've had them at a few places. Like the place I used to live in Illinois, I got one once. It was okay. And then before my wedding out in Colorado, I had it done at a place, and the guy fucking nailed it. And then like the woman that runs the barber shop in my town now, like knows exactly what she's fucking doing. She's a very talkative barber, which is great because I don't have to like sit awkwardly, but I also don't have to dominate conversation. She just kind of monologues, which is fucking awesome. But she casually mentioned that like I have the same beard style as her husband, and she's been cutting her husband's beard for like 25 years. It's like fucking sweet. Like that makes it really, really good because she fucking nails it every single time.
Hell yeah.
What's your?
You know what?
Go for it, Rico.
I was gonna say, you know what? Next time I go, I'm gonna do it just because of you, Dave.
Yes,
but also, it reminds me, I've been wanting to get because I use like a double-edged like safety razor when I shave, but I don't know something about it. Like and I like it a lot, but it just takes a while. It's like a half hour. It's not that bad. I should just do it, but because of that, I just don't do it as often as I should. But I've been wanting to get my own straight razor, and that reminds me about that. So maybe I'll look into that again.
Also, watch the movie Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
I will be the
I've
first
seen
to
it.
admit that thought's always in my head.
Always.
Every single time anyone uses a straight razor, especially on my neck. It's like, all right, my life is in your hands.
yeah, for real. You better trust that person.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Scott?
Oh, that was what I was waiting to see how long we were going to go without possibly stepping on each other's toes. What's your boys' opinions
I
on
wouldn't,
hiring somebody to clean your house?
I've never
wanna try
done
that.
it, but yeah, I think I would try it too.
I've heard it's not that expensive, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
The competition, dude, it's fucking
Yeah.
outrageous.
yeah.
like,
I mean, you should like tip them and stuff probably because
Yeah.
of that, because they're probably like very slim margins. But I've heard like the way to do it from people that are on Reddit and are obviously experts as a result because they were on Reddit. They'll do like a $200 a month. Like you can like say, I only want to spend this much, and they'll tell you like what they can do with that amount. And like, I don't know, $200 a month to like make your house cleaner and not have to do it for a couple hours or something. I don't know. Seems maybe worth it. I'd try it once at least.
Yeah.
I've seen cheaper than that too.
Have you done it? Either? of them?
No, I haven't. I belong to a Facebook group for my town, and people will advertise like if they have stuff for sale or like just general happenings, goings on. And a lot of people in my town are starting up just like, I will come clean your house, like your whole house for like $115.
Yeah.
And they have like pages with reviews and everything else that you could start looking at. So there's some legitimacy behind their business practice. And it seemed like that was like one of those things as a kid that I thought was luxury. My mom actually did that once. She
Cleaned your house?
no, she fucking never. I cleaned her house from the moment I was able to pick up a fucking rag. No, she hired maids once, like a maid service to come clean her house. And in the days before the maids were coming to clean the house, she was embarrassed about the shape of the house. So she had me and all of my brothers and sisters clean the house in preparation for the maids
Right.
coming to clean the house,
Yeah, that's
was
why
gonna
I-
bring
which
this
was
up.
the dumbest fucking thing I think I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get so self-conscious about it. Not to mention the fact I'm one dude. If I hire somebody, they come in to clean, I have trust issues. I'm not going to leave the fucking house. So I'm just going to be fucking sitting here. And of course, my apartment's also like 400 square foot. What can I pretend
Playing
to be
Fortnite or something.
Yeah, what am I just going to pull up my Xbox while she's cleaning and be like, do you need me to lift my feet up? Do you need a vacuum underneath this or something?
Tell them you're a streamer. You're working right now.
Streaming, I'll
Um,
just have the microphone in front of my face the entire time.
Yeah, the one, so like I mentioned, there was that thread I was reading, and most of the people on there said, and it was about that, like what do you do when you have cleaners coming? Most of them said that they just like tidy up, so it doesn't look like a complete pigsty, and then you know that you feel less embarrassed, and like the cleaners have seen like some shit probably.
Oh
So
yeah.
they don't give a shit, you know. So you shouldn't really feel embarrassed, but it's I will feel embarrassed that our house isn't really that dirty, but I don't know. It'd be nice to like just have them come dust, you know, like something that you don't do very often. Or whatever.
Yes.
Like clean your fridge out, fucking mop the
Also-
floors, which don't do as often as I should.
Do they bring their own like cleaning equipment? Do they use yours?
I think
I
they bring
don't
their
know
own.
what they bring. I assume they bring some stuff. Like
Yeah.
Like,
they probably
how
have a
many
mop
fucking
and dusters
countertops
and
and
stuff.
bathrooms did she clean with a rag that she's going to come and wipe my kitchen counters off with?
I bet
No,
it's
they
like
have
disposable
integrity,
stuff.
dude.
What'd you say?
I said they have integrity.
See,
Yeah.
I think of the worst things, and kind of like how Smitty was talking about earlier with like the used car salesman. That's kind of like how I feel about like with the maid thing. Like, do they put my toothbrush in the toilet? Do they do all this stuff?
I think that's like I
mean,
know, the importance
yeah.
of reviews, right?
Yeah.
Well, also, like, what are you doing to them in the time that it takes for them to like get from your entryway to your bathroom, where they're feeling like I should probably throw this asshole's toothbrush in the toilet?
Playing Fortnite while she's cleaning.
What an asshole!
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
piece of shit.
What do you
He's
think?
not even
Smitty?
any good.
And just like scrubs her asshole with his toothbrush. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. What do you think, Smitty?
Fucking
Good,
like
thanks, Anthony Fantano.
yeah.
Oh my god, you
Really
should
good
put
input.
a clip of
Like-
Anthony Fantano saying bye, signing off one of his videos or something.
Transition. That's what he does at the end.
Yeah. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I'm actually really satisfied.
Fuck
Yeah, that was a great question.
that was like I got a lot out of that. I'm a better person for having asked that question. I'm very
The departing of Smitty has brought out more conversation from you than I think you realize.
you know what?
Maybe you feel
He's
like you
stealing
have to
my
like step
spotlight.
in a little bit more.
What's that?
Maybe you feel like you have to step up a little more. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's the best one on the podcast. So, you know, got to fill the shoes a little bit.
Then
Is that
again,
what you're saying?
everybody that says they like Rico the most likes him because he talks the least. So
Oh,
Yeah, I like the guy that doesn't
We'll just tell
contribute
people
to
not
your
to listen
dumb
to something.
conversations.
he just has that really quiet, like in the background that you didn't even fucking catch
Yeah.
what he said, and it's the best joke of the entire episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you who noticed, Smitty's no longer here because we're recording on the 2nd of July. People are blowing off fireworks and his dogs went nuts. So he had to skedaddle. But if you like what you hear, then you could leave us a rating or a review on your podcast directory of choice, which we hope you do. Voicemail or text your questions to 708-433-9153. It's a Google Voice voicemail and texting line only. So call it up. I won't answer the phone. There's not going to be any of that fucking funny business. You can also not.
Line.
That's the other line for the funny business. That's the 900 number
900
line. That's 1-900-443-9153. You could also, even if you don't have a question, you can just text in your comments. You can text in your thoughts, your feelings. We could do some therapy for you. Just text in like your problems. I'll help you out.
That's a different podcast.
No, that's this one too. We change lives here.
Well, they have to be in question format.
They do have to be questions.
Because if you just say you need advice or something, that's Two Cool Moms. That's a different podcast.
Yeah, you have to say, "Can I get advice?"
Yeah.
Question mark.
Do you think I acted irrationally when I did X, Y, Z?
Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Find us on our socials at ImQuestionsPDC on Twitter, r/ImportantQuestionsPod on Reddit, and the Important Questions Podcast on Instagram. And patreon.com/the important questions to support the show monetarily, which helps us. But of course, you don't want to do it because it helps us. You want to do it because of what it means for you. And what it means for you is a bonus episode on the last Tuesday of every month. And I'm looking through the schedule here real quick. This is posting on July 18th, which means next week is bonus episode week. We're doing an episode making fun of true crime podcasts. We're going to be doing poo crimes. And I'm really excited for that.
Fuck you.
Gotta get a Lemmy going. Reddit's dead now, man.
Reddit's dead now because they got rid of third-party apps. That's right. So
Gotta get a Lemmy going.
So we're gonna get on Lemmy, apparently, whatever the fuck that is. Do you have any confidence, Rico, that Reddit will actually go down?
I actually am completely unsure of what's going to happen. Honestly, I feel like the power users, if you want to call them that, are probably the most likely to leave because they're using the third-party apps and the first-party one sucks.
Yeah.
Which means the content is going to get worse or more sparse. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I saw a post on r/data is beautiful, and it was showing the posting and the commenting rates during the blackout and then after.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, things just stayed the same.
Yeah.
So I don't have any people bitch and people moan. And I don't think the CEO of Reddit is a good guy. I think he is actually an asshole for, terminating the third-party app usage.
Yeah.
But that said, I think people are just going to fucking throw a fit over it and then continue using it.
It will be interesting because, like I said, the main, the actual Reddit app sucks from what I've heard. I've never used it. I used the third-party app. It is now gone from my phone. I might go on it on my desktop, but I don't know. My usage is going to drastically decrease, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be the same way.
What do you mean third-party app?
Like Reddit is Fun or Apollo, these other apps that are not run by Reddit themselves.
But that enhance the experience that you get somehow. They just add things to it.
Or they run better or whatever. Because the first party app, the one that's run by Reddit, apparently is very slow and very buggy and whatever. So
you're on Reddit but through a different app?
Yeah, they just use the Reddit API to get all the data and stuff.
Hey, shout out to Smitty. I just saw a Steam alert coming up that he's playing Dwarf Fortress.
Hell yeah. I like it.
Smitty, can you do artwork this week?
Smitty, you had to get off.
Smitty, I need a week off.
Smitty said, sorry guys, I gotta go. Play Dwarf Fortress. You fucking motherfucker.
Text him in the group chat.
Finished
How's that
dinner,
Dwarf
and
Fortress?
now he's kicking back.
Yeah. Smitty, fuck you, dude. Get up. Get fucking back here.
Come back on, man.
Motherfucker.
Dude, you gotta text him, Dave.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna put it in the Discord.
Should call him again.
In the Discord. Dwarf Fortress Ace, baby.
This is
Some real
this is
inside
like-
baseball.
This is the good post content night. We should just keep it.
Oh my
until he
God.
answers back.
No, I'm keeping this shit in here.
Get back here, bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get
we
back
should
here,
leave.
bitch.
What were the two games that he was talking about in that whatever episode it was? It was like Factorio and was it
And
RimWorld?
RimWorld, yeah.
RimWorld,
Dude, if he logged on to one of those, I would have fucking died.
Nah, he's in Dwarf Fortress mode now.
And he put his Discord on snooze or idle or whatever, so
So he's not getting these messages.
you probably just have to text him straight up.
Nah, that's
added
too
him.
much work. There you go.
All right. boys, I actually do need to drop.
Yeah.
If he comes back, that would be
We're
fun.
gonna be off by the time he actually even
Sees
looks
it.
at it. Any
Yeah.
final thoughts, boys?
None.
All right, have a great fucking
Smitty,
week.
What does Dwarf Fortress have that we don't?
Dwarves, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
We're all regular sized.
Have a good week, assholes.
Let's see this.